in this town. Remember that. In fact, get it tattooed. Never forget. Shut your mouth!
And our next contestant, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at pounds, Frankie Frizzo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ACPW. As always, I am the pride of Canada, your Canadian commentary, Jason Henning.
And I am your golden boy, John Newcomer, joining us tonight for guest commentary, ACPW's own Mark Angel. Mark, how you doing here?
I'm all right. How are you guys? By the way, you know Canada does suck, right?
Look, all I gotta say is, number one, we won more gold medals in the Olympics than you guys did.
I'll give you that one.
You know.
But on to the match. None of this Canada stuff no more.
Well, before we move on, I would like to wish everybody in the crowd a happy belated Canada Day. Canada Day is obviously on July 1st. Is the only important holiday in July.
Whoa! Frizzo dumping wild right over the top.
Now, Mr. Angel, let me ask you a question here. You've been in the ring with Frankie Frizzo before.
Numerous times.
What exactly does Mr. Frizzo have to do to win this match? He's obviously been on a losing streak as of late. Things have been going his way. How can he right the ship?
Well, he's got to start off by not turning his back on a guy like that. Well, here's the question. What's known about this Matt Wild guy?
I've been doing a lot of research on Mr. Wild, and I can tell you he is the Baltimore bad boy, coming from the streets of Baltimore, which is a tougher city to survive in than Philadelphia, let me tell you that much. You know, he has all the tools to survive here in ACPW. Look at that beautiful textbook neck breaker, focusing on that neck and the shoulder area.
Well, 2 count from Matt Wild. There's Frizzo. Frizzo needs to get back on his feet here and take control of the match. And this is not the way to do it. After that neck breaker, I think Matt Wild's got this one in the book. After Frizzo's losing streak, what do you think? What would you do in this situation, Mark? Being in the ring so many times.
Lose. That's what Mark Angel would do.
No.
Mark Angel would lose.
No way.
How'd that whole thing against Damian Slugger work out last month?
That guy was like 8 foot tall, and he outweighed me by like what? He was double my weight.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Look, Matt Wild needs to break this. He's choking him on the ropes, cheating. See, this guy's got to cheat to win.
Look,
you talk about Baltimore being so great, you got to cheat to win.
I've said it time and time again. He has a 5 count.
No!
It's only look at that boot wash. Beautiful. Look at that. Nothing illegal about that.
He needs to get him out of the corner. That's what he needs to do.
Hey, and if it was so serious, referee Jimmy DeLane would disqualify him. Referee's discretion. You know, it's not cheating. Near fall there on the count of 2, but you know, it's referee's discretion. If it was so bad, you would think he would he'd toss him out.
Huge axe handle to the back there by Matt Wild. Now look, going back to the ropes, choking like Mark Angel pointed out earlier.
See? This guy's got to cheat to win. He can't beat Frizzo.
Look,
he can't beat him.
Obviously, Frizzo's not doing much to stop it. Look at that move. Beautiful. And what exactly, look at Johnny Sisko out here, seemingly supporting Matt Wild. What are your thoughts about that? Speechless. I understand. Sisko's a great man. He's a very intelligent man.
Yeah. We won't get into Sisko right now.
A beautiful modified camel clutch by the Baltimore bad boy, wrenching back on that damaged neck area.
As the commissioner, if he was smart, I'd be on the show tonight.
Ooh. Harsh words from a guy that hasn't won in 3 months.
Hey. Last month, I thought I was wrestling Alex Payne. Out comes Damian Slugger. I wasn't prepared.
Exactly, and that is your own fault. You should have prepared for any possible scenario, but you didn't. And that is the reason why Philadelphia has not had a winning team in decades. You look at the Phillies, they suck. The Flyers lost in the Stanley Cup to my boys, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Frankie Frizzo with a big boot.
Lucky counter. Lucky counter.
Could this be foreshadowing a comeback from Frankie Frizzo as Matt Wild is laid out from that boot?
Oh, Frankie Frizzo might be ending his losing streak too.
2 count.
See, he didn't have that leg cinched deep enough.
The crowd's getting behind Frizzo.
I can't understand why. I really don't. What is, you've known Frizzo for a long time. What is the appeal of Frizzo? Why do these fans get behind him so much?
He's a good wrestler. Puts on one hell of a show.
But as an in-ring competitor, honestly, and I want you to be completely brutally honest with this. Nice elbow by Frizzo there to the sternum. How much of a, if any, do the fans play as far as your in-ring success?
Oh, a lot, because it helps a lot. I mean, when they're cheering you like this, you know, it helps you through. It helps you through the match. I mean, oh, Frankie Frizzo, with a big leg drop. It helps you through. It just helps you through, man. When they got your back like that, ain't no better feeling.
I'd like to point out right there, you know, you call Frankie Frizzo this amazing wrestler, but he hit that guillotine leg drop. He didn't hook the leg. A simple, basic thing like that could have won the match and turned his whole career right around. But I think it is out of sheer laziness that he refused to do that. And look at that counter by Matt Wild.
In the eye. I mean, what do you mean counter? This guy's cheating like crazy.
Hey,
Look at him.
there's nothing wrong with a clothesline in the corner. You mean to tell me? Look at that drop kick, textbook, beautiful. You mean to tell me you've never clotheslined anybody in the corner? You've never used a closed fist or a thumb to the eye? Come on,
We're
Mark.
not talking about me here. We're talking about Matt
Come
Wild.
on. Well, you're out there saying that Matt Wild is cheating. What? That's the pot calling the kettle black here.
And Frizzo trying to get the fans back behind him.
We'll see how much this helps him out here. Matt Wild is stomping the life out of Frizzo.
And you know,
Crowd will not help him. In the words of Matt Wild, as Frizzo obviously not being helped out by much of anything here. The Matt Wild bringing him to his feet.
Frizzo's got to stay off his back here, John. He's constantly on his back and on his stomach. He's got to get off.
hit him, Cisco. Hit him.
Doesn't even look
Hit him.
where he's-
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh! Knocking the teeth out of his mouth. Could that be all?
See, that's not a slap pin.
Now you're talking about hooking the leg, Jason.
Well,
Yeah.
no, see, that was he knew he wasn't going to put Frizzo down with that kick. You don't kick a caveman in the head. You don't kick a caveman in the head and expect to keep him down. That thick skull of Frizzo's, there's nothing going on in there. That was more of a psych-out tactic than anything else. Getting under the skin of Frizzo, making sure that later on in the match, Frizzo gets too aggressive and will make a mistake. You watch. I guarantee you, mark my words.
Right now, choking with the wrist tape. The referee should call a disqualification right here. I don't know why he's not.
That's a nerve hold. He's got him by the
He's
nerve
got him
there.
by the tape around his
He's got
throat.
the
Look at this.
he's got the Asiatic nerve there.
I'm agreeing with John. They should have DQ'd him right on the spot.
No, well, referee Jim Delane didn't do that. You know, if Frizzo loses this match,
How experienced is this referee?
you know what? I've had issues with the referee since I first started here. I'm not gonna say anything about the referees. I'm sure I'll get into that later on. Beautiful seated
Nice
drop kick. 1, 2, that should be it.
No.
Frizzo's up.
Frizzo. Maybe the crowd is helping him out here.
Showing a little resilience, but like I said, there's nothing going on between that thick skull of his. If he had any kind of passion and understanding and caring about his career, he would just lay down and live to fight another day.
That's not in Frizzo, though. Frizzo doesn't lay down.
Frizzo trying to get back to his feet here. Matt Wild. Oh, wait. Oh. Could he be
Oh, he
going?
set him up for the finish.
Oh,
No, he hit it. He hit it.
Sit down, double underhook,
come
fake
on.
busted. Look at that Cisco
One,
distracting the referee.
2.
Well
He's got
over
him
a
pinned.
3 count.
Come on, Jason.
Referee's not there. Yo,
He's
the
got him
referee's
pinned.
out of position. There's
Johnny
nothing.
Cisco's up. Ah.
Boy, no. Now Wild's getting his feet. This does not look good for Frizzo.
Frizzo needs to stay on him. Stop arguing with him. Stay on him.
Frizzo charging in the corner. Oh,
No.
hurts himself in the process. Roll up by
Oh
Matt
boy,
Wild.
1, 2,
tights.
He hooked the
3.
tights. He hooked the tights. He hooked the tights.
I saw nothing. I saw.
Yo, about to win. Matt Wild.
I'd like to point this out to everybody. Look at Johnny Cisco. Seemingly showing
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the newest and first member of Violent Intentions.
Did Johnny Sisco just say he has a first member for his stable? Is he If I know Johnny Sisco the way I do, there'll be plenty more surprises to come.
And I guarantee Violent Intentions will have 0